Good afternoon and welcome back to our second show of the day here at Crafters TV. My name's Debby Robinson, for those people that may be new and don't know who I am. Well, I mean, we know that, you know, we're amongst friends and most of you do, but I am always aware there are new people watching every single day. So today you've got me over here for this next hour on one of our award-winning shows. Yes, you heard right, award-winning in the industry, our Craft Along show, and I'm really excited about this one because it's all about the tiny treasures, and I love this collection. So first things first, we will do all the hellos and we'll throw over to a lovely expert that's going to be leading this craft along, which I absolutely love because it is real-time crafting. Even though we've got an hour on this one, real-time crafting from the start to the finish. Wait till you see this beautiful project. It's absolutely beautiful. But I'll say a few quick hellos. Everybody who's joining us on YouTube and Facebook, hello. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and in the future, because we do know that a few of you are in there already. We've got, as always, our lovely producer Nicola and Jamie, and our Tracy is out there, minus Jake today. I don't know where he is, forgot to ask. He's off today. I didn't know we allowed them to have a day off. But yes, and Leanne will be back later on for the legendary Leanne's cartload. But can I just say, the special things that are going off today that kick-started in Wake Up Call still continue throughout the day. And as for those of you that may have missed the Wake Up Call, where have you been, for one? But joining us right now, there's a little bit of a cheeky code going off. Leanne 10 is the code that you put in the promo box at the end of your checkout experience. You put that in, you get an additional 10% off, and not only that, it's covering everything that's on shop. In fact, we've heard it's of absolutely everything, bundles included. So literally, if there's something that you've seen that you want that additional extra 10% off, whether it be something that's on the shows today, or something that has caught your eye this week, put that code in, Leanne10, and you will get that additional 10%. It'll do it all for you once you've logged in, got into your membership level, and then it'll do it at the very end. It'll take off that further 10% off. And don't forget, for the first 500 people today, believe you me, this morning, it's been really super busy already. But as you can see, and she's been hiding this all day, I mean, I would want to win one of these. That will be going in your box, a signed picture of our lovely Leanne. She's not a lover of it. We all think she looks beautiful. But as always, we're always very critical of ourselves when we have photos taken. But doesn't that look beautiful? So you'll get a signed photo for the first 500 people that shop with us today. Right, that being said, I'm going to stop talking because over the other side of the studio is the fabulous lady that is leading this craft along, all about our tiny treasures. And it's the fabulous, talented, and I think your last show this week. She's been here all week, guys, and she's going to end it with an absolute bang this week because look at this gorgeous project. It is our fabulous Lilly Fletcher. Good evening. Oh, good evening.
Good evening. Not quite. Blimey, this day's gone even faster than I thought. Good evening. Am I in the right show?
Good afternoon, Lily. Good afternoon.
Yes, definitely afternoon. Right. Good afternoon, everyone watching at home, and Debbie as well. Now, this is what we're going to be creating for this afternoon's craft along, using our tiny treasures, not tiny tots, as a few people have been calling it. Our tiny treasures collection. It's a very simple to create, actually, sort of floating easel card. We'll show you exactly how to create that concept card, a little bit of decoration as well. Quite a simple one to put together, so I'm hoping we'll manage to fit it in the hour, but we'll soon find out. But if you are wanting to create this particular card, here is the list of, as I always call it, the ingredients that you will need to pop this one together. So first of all, from that Tiny Treasures collection, you'll need the Bundle of Joy stamp set, the Hot Air Balloon die set, the Rainbow die set, Sun and Cloud stamp and die set, and the 6x6 inch paper pad. Then you'll need your water reactive ink pads. We're going to be using the Ocean Blue, the Orange and the Fuchsia. Then you'll also need your Noir Black alcohol proof ink pad, then your Fright Night A4 linen cardstock, white cardstock, craft cardstock and acetate, and then tools and adhesive wise, you're going to need your Gemini 2 die cutting machine, a guillotine, your Scoremaster scoreboard, stencil and stamp platform, pair of scissors, poker tool, your ink blending tool, all-purpose and tacky glues, red liner tape and low-tack tape, and your foam pads as well. And that's everything you're going to need to get started and create this lovely little card. Anybody crafting at home, please let Debbie know. I hope there's a few of you that are crafting in real time, but as always, you don't have to have the pressure of crafting along live. You guys can, of course, save the show and watch back at a later date.
And I love that you can. So yeah, absolutely. I'm going to say a few hellos because I forgot to mention the social superstar that's looking after all those comments that are coming in, and any questions, anything you want repeating, anything that you see Lily using, or you just want that extra little bit, get them messages into your, through Facebook, through YouTube, and our Jan, lovely Jan, is on the socials, and she'll pass them through. So a few hellos already. Julie Palmer says good afternoon. Nancy, good morning from Kentucky. Patricia Day, hello from Norfolk. Wendy Myers, good morning. Must be morning where you are, Wendy. Laurie Barnett says hello again. Janice Mel, great morning to you. To ya, I love that bit. Rebecca Dancer says, hello, Debbie, Lily, Jan and everyone else. I'm crafting with the digital papers again, Lily. Oh, I know.
I hope you share your makes again, Rebecca, because the first card was absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to see what you create.
Oh, love it, love it. Wendy, Debbie, I love your dress. Thank you very much.
Me too.
Little bit
lovely.
of a Julia Roberts moment. I feel like the pretty woman, do you know, when she had it at the racehorses with the white gloves and the hat.
Yeah.
I call it my Julia Roberts. I don't know if it is, but
it's lovely.
Probably not her price range, but you know.
Close enough.
Can't beat a bit of TikTok. I keep telling Leanne, showing her how to use it today. Jen Shank on YouTube says, good morning, lovely Debbie, Lily, Jan, CTVT and crafty friends. And Brenda Stevens from YouTube says, hello from the US of A. Hello. Welcome. Joining us right now. Tiny Treasures. This is the deal that is the Tiny Treasures, where it's absolutely everything. And Lily's crammed as much as she can into this craft along. The price that you're seeing on the screen, $58.91 or $78.55, is the price that you would pay if you're not in our Club Inspire. But of course, the lowest there, hang on a minute.
Not really.
Not today. It's going to go lower. 10% off, Leanne 10. 10% off, that's another £4.71 off the one. That's amazing. That brings it down to about £40.
Surely
and the $62 takes another 10% off. I'm loving this today, Leanne. Legendary Leanne in the building. A special day today. We're celebrating all things Leanne. Absolutely cracking. Get that code in if you haven't got your Tiny Treasures, and make sure you check out and get that. As of course, you'll also get the lovely picture from our Leanne. I'm going to quickly go through all of the items that are in there, and very quickly, so we can get on with the craft along. So first things first, we've got the mini alphabet. We have the numbers with the ordinals on there. Love the little rainbow, super, super cute. And also, I love that lovely little banner and die set. All of these are really cute. Everything about it's got that lovely cutesy feel to it, but very usable in lots of other different crafts as well. You've got your clouds and your sun there with your little cute faces, the hot air balloon, you've got your shooting star stamp and die set, the pennant, which you can make into bunting if you wanted to as well, with the baby love sentiment dies in there. And then your bundle of joy, all your lovely sentiments that are, you know, based around the little ones in your life. And then to end that collection, but I mean really just to complement that collection, we've got a set of papers in here, all of your beautiful Tiny Treasures, 36 sheets in total, so usable, all uncultured, all single-sided, and all coming to you for that fabulous price that you're seeing on the screen, minus the 10%, Leanne 10, don't forget. And it's Leanne without the E, for those thinking, Leanne without the E. And look, there you go. That's the code that you need to pop in there. Right, I'm going to stop talking. Keep those comments coming in. I'm going to let Lily lead this and just tell Lily just going to tell me when she wants to have a little break or a little catch up for you guys to catch up. If you are crafting along, whether you're doing it now live or later on, don't forget to tag myself and Lily into that make, because I think this is a gorgeous one and I can't wait to see how you do it, Lily.
Oh, thank you very much. I have to say, Debbie is right. I've tried to incorporate as much of this collection into this one card as is humanly possible. The only thing I'm thinking, you might want to personalise it, use the alphabet to pop a name on it, and that'll be a perfect finishing touch as well. But we'll start off by creating our card base. So in order to create our card base, we're going to need two pieces. First of all, some cardstock, and A4 is big enough for this particular card. And you're also going to need a piece of acetate. Now, this is our A5 heavyweight acetate, and I can see, I've remembered this time, I've not actually peeled the backing off. So you can see there it's starting to slightly peel away a little bit there. I tend just to use my poker tool just because it's a little bit easier than use my nails, to be perfectly honest with you. Get my poker tool under there, and as soon as I've released that corner, I can just peel that back, and that protective coating is off our acetate, and we are good to go when it comes to that piece of acetate. So we'll just bin our little protective thing, and then we're good to start chopping down our cardstock. So we've got our large guillotine here, and I'll just pop out the little arm, just like so. Oh, there we go, it's on its way. And our little arms out so we can cut out larger pieces and larger measurements of cardstock. So when it comes to our white cardstock, we're going to cut this one down to 11.5 inches. So just a tiny bit off the length that we're cutting. So we find 11.5, and then we'll just cut that down to 11.5, and then we'll flip it and we'll cut it down to 5 3/4. So we find 6, and then it's one full square under 6. That's going to be our 5 3/4, and that's the main portion of our card base ready to go. We will save this because we will need some scraps of white card a little bit later on. So we'll pop that to one side for a little bit later. And then at this point, we'll bring in our piece of acetate. You can just about see it on the screen there. And this one's going to be cut down to 5 3/4 by 6 1/4. So we'll find 6 1/4, and then cut down, and then we'll find 5 3/4. And cut that way. So it's just tiny, tiny, tiny little slither off that end there. And then we'll just get rid of those 2 pieces of acetate because we don't need those for our project. Move that out of the way, and then we'll bring in our scoreboard. Now here I'm using the Scoremaster. You don't need a large scoreboard like your big score, of course. If you've got that, you can use that. It will work an absolute treat. But your Scoremaster, don't forget that from the left-hand side, that's a true measurement. From the right-hand side, it's not quite a true measurement because that's what we use to create our box bases. So we want to be measuring from that left-hand side. Just a couple of score lines going into this one. We're going to score at 5 3/4, and that is it. So literally one score line, and this is creating us a 5 3/4 inch square card base. Simple as that. If you've got 6 by 6 inch card bases in your stash, then you can just chop a little bit off that and use that instead if you so choose. But creating your own is nice, quick and easy and simple, just like we've seen with that quick demo there. So that's the main part of our card base. So that's actually going to open out like that. Then we need to create our score line onto our acetate. So we've got our piece of acetate here. We're going to pop that long edge along the top of our scoreboard. So that's our 6 1/4 inch end of our piece of acetate. And we're just going to score at 1/2 inch. Now, with your larger tools, it can sometimes be a little bit more difficult. So what I tend to do is I tend to use my scoring tool to start with, and then a little bit of a row crafted. I tend to get a pokey tool, and I don't have it like a sort of down like that. I have it at a slight angle. Also, it's almost flat, and then I just use that to score down really gently, really carefully. And that is my top tip when it comes to scoring acetate. That is the best way that I've ever found to actually score acetate. I know it's a little bit unorthodox, and I know you've probably never seen anyone else do that before. A bit of a Lilly special for you there, but that
Lilly, you do
works
you.
for me. Absolutely.
You do you.
I certainly am, Debbie. You've probably never seen it before, but it works for me, so that's what I'm going with. So get your little poke tool on.
Tweezers?
Does it?
I think I've seen Craig score with tweezers before.
Blimey, mate. Now that is different. I thought a pokey tool was odd, but that's probably even weirder. Anyway, they're going to fit together like so. So a little bit later on, we'll pop some red liner tape along that tab, and you can see there, that is how you build your bases of your card base. But a little bit plain, let's be honest. That is not that's not the craft long done, don't you worry, guys, but it is showing you how you can create that concept card. Of course, you can be using that with any other collections, dies, stamps, whatever it might be that you've already got in your crafty stash. But a few mats and layers will be going on to this. So we'll pop that to one side, bring back in our guillotine. We don't actually need the arm out for the rest of this. So we'll pop our arm back in. Just makes it a little bit more manageable space-wise. So that's ready to go. And we're going to get our cardstock. So we've got some lovely pink and some orangey, yellowy sort of cardstock. That's actually from the Fright Night linen cardstock. If you got, I believe it launched with our Halloween treat boxes. If you got those, that was the card pack that went alongside those. And we're going to work in an 1/8 inch mats and layers. So don't forget our first mat and layer, i.e. our card base, was 5 3/4. And when we're talking about an 1/8 inch, we're talking about half of a box, half of one of those grid lines on our base for our guillotine. So we'll find 5 3/4, and we literally just need to go half a line underneath there. And then we'll just flip and rotate and do exactly the same on the other side, and that's going to give us our 5 and, whatever it might be in the 8s, half a box underneath. We'll need one of those for the top, and we'll need to do exactly the same for the base. We're mirroring our mats and layers on the top and on the base. So 5 3/4, just go half a square under, and then we'll do that to create our square. So we've got 2 of the same mats and layers ready to go. Then we'll bring in our pink. We will save these pieces once again. We'll need those for die cutting a little bit later on. So we're bringing our pink, and then again we're going to go, so it's going to be an 1/8 inch smaller. So because last time we were at the 5 3/4, half a box under, that means we're going to be 5 1/2 for these. So a little bit easier for these 2 pink pieces. So we find our 5 1/2, chop down, turn again, and cut down at 5.5, and you'll need another 2 of these so they can mat and layer onto those lovely orangey yellow sort of pieces. So 5.5, chop down, and 5.5, chop down again. And then this is where we bring in our beautiful pattern papers, and I chose, as always, I tend to choose my pattern papers first, and then I'll choose my colours, sort of being guided by that pattern paper. I have to say, slightly different print that we're using on this one compared to the original card. Only reason being is I ran out of that lovely paper, so we had to mix it up a little bit. But the official line is I'm showing you a different variety, but in reality I ran out of paper. So we're going to go in with this beautiful design. I like to have the same pattern paper top and bottom of an easel, so you're just sort of mirroring that design and everything's going to work together and tie together nicely. So don't forget that pink matten layer was 5.5. We're going down 1/8 of an inch, i.e. half a box, so we're between 1/4 and 1/2, and that's going to give us our slightly under 5.5. So cut down that way and then turn it and half under 5.5, and then that will give us our matten layer. If we bring in our pink, we can see there it fits perfectly onto our pink matten layer, giving us a really nice thin border of our pink cardstock. So we find our 5.5 once again, cut down and then cut down to create our final matten layer, and that's pretty much it. When it comes to mats and layers, that is pretty much all we need to do. So I can move my guillotine out the way for now, and then it's just going to be a case of doing a little bit of sticking together. So if we have any comments, Debbie, now would be the time.
Loads of people joining in, Lily.
Oh,
I'm going to try and go back to all of them because there's been that many I've lost track.
Oh dear.
D Shaw on YouTube. Hi, Debbie, Lily and crew. Hello from Kenya.
Oh my goodness! I don't think I've ever had
D Shaw's from Kenya.
Wow, I don't think I've ever known a viewer from Kenya, so that is very, very exciting.
Regularly tunes in, so it's lovely to see you here with us, Dee.
It is. Thank you for joining us.
Evelyn Kiefer says, good morning from a beautiful Colorado. Caroline Ermley Cui on Facebook says, good morning from Florida.
Oh, lovely.
Denise Davis on YouTube, good afternoon, Debbie, Lily, and all you beautiful crafters.
Aww.
Also, we can't forget the CC team.
We
just finished work and had a quick chance to see Leanne and that beautiful rose. Too right, it was beautiful. I showed Lily at the start of the show. We were like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Gorgeous, that. I need to watch back the show.
I'm so going to try that. I'm so going to try that. I've never done it rustic like that before, but it was absolutely beautiful.
Looks amazing.
Michael Adams on YouTube says, hi, Debbie and Lily, sent you a card that Stephanie made for me for our 18th wedding anniversary today. Well, first things first, Michael and Stephanie.
Congratulations.
Happy 18th wedding anniversary. And where did you send it us? Because I haven't seen it. So just let me know, Michael, because I don't know where it is. Bubbles, etc. on YouTube says, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Love your name. I love that name, Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Janelle Watson Watchman on Facebook says, a very early morning greeting from Washington State.
Aww.
Had fun making your craft along project yesterday, Debbie. It was so much fun. Thank you very much. We love doing fun things here, don't we?
We do, absolutely. We've had a blast this week, I have to say. It's been absolutely brilliant.
It's been lovely, hasn't it? I've really, really enjoyed this week. And we've still got another day to go.
Ooh,
Jeffrey Langley on Facebook says, a joyous day, Debbie and Lily. And get this one, guys. Are you listening?
Go on.
The super magnificent CTV crew.
Ooh, super magnificent.
We're here again.
Wow.
Did you hear it, Lily? Woo, woo. They get excited when you give them compliments. They really do.
They do.
They often get overlooked.
They do.
often get overlooked, so it's lovely when you guys include them. Gorgeous Christine Mahoney is in the building. She says hello there again.
Hello.
And Cindy Condy on YouTube is crafting along with you, Lily.
Cindy, I can't wait to see what you create. Hope you're getting on all right. Any guys at home that are crafting along, let us know if you need to go back, have anything repeated, any measurements, just let us know. But we're just going ahead and sticking. Oh, I think we might be approaching a live refill if this carries on. I can feel this is getting towards the end. Shame Johnny's not here. We're getting very excited. He loves watching the tape pens being refilled. It's his favourite hobby. Who knew, eh? Someone who's watched craft for years loves seeing a tape pen being refilled. So Johnny, I hope you're watching at home, because that might be a little treat coming up later in the show. But matting and layering wise, all we've done is we've popped our pattern paper onto our pink and then onto our yellow, then onto our card base. We've got exactly the same top and bottom. I know it seems a little bit strange to have your mats and layers like that on a card when it's usually sort of like that, but it will all make sense when we bring in our piece of acetate. That's just going to go over the top there. So all we need to do is we need to pop some tape onto that tab there. I actually used red liner tape when I created this project at home, but just for speed and quite frankly, so I don't want anyone to have to see me fighting with that red liner tape backing for the next 40 minutes. We'll bring in some of our tape pen. Unfortunately, Johnny, if you're watching, I'm really sorry. We've not got any refills. We have a fresh one, so you can't actually see it being refilled. Don't cry yourself to sleep.
Have we got no more refills?
No, there's just a fresh tape pen.
I'll get Tracy on the case, don't worry about that.
Don't worry, there we go, right. We have got our lovely little bit of tape onto the back of our tab there, and then all we're going to do, make sure that tab's lifted up so it's not going to stick down before we're ready for it to actually stick. We'll just line that up into position, so making sure that left and right hand side are flush with the card base, and then once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to turn that over, hold it flat onto my surface, and then just fold that tab down. So I tend to work in the middle first and then work outwards, and then we've got our card base all good to go. We've got our easel, acetate style easel card, and we are ready to start decorating it. So I don't know if we want to give the guys at home a chance to check out. Should we go for a little break? So we've just created our card base, and we'll be back very soon.
Absolutely. So keep those comments coming in. I've seen a fair few on there. Any questions you want to ask? Do you want to recap on anything, any of the measurements, any of the top tips that Lily's got for you? Or just by simply joining and commenting today, because it's lovely to have you. We are live and interactive, and we've got another 40 minutes to go. However, for those guys who are wanting to check out their baskets, if you've got the tiny treasures in there, you can take advantage of that extra 10% that Leanne 10 code is. We're going to give you that perfect opportunity to do that now, but also to go and have a little look what else is coming up later on today, because we've got the much bigger cartload later on, which I'm really excited about, by the legendary Leanne. Right, guys, we'll see you all in a few minutes. See you on the other side of this.
The instruction and inspiration is mind-blowing.
The inspiration, the products to make our own and make it our own.
I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo.
That is why I love Crafters Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before.
I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
I love Crafters TV, not for their amazing products, but for other reasons. Firstly would be the community. Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world. It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas and get inspiration from each other. Learning inspiration comes from the demonstrators. It doesn't matter if you're experienced or new, the demonstrators will always explain and help, so we can get the best from the Crafters Companion's amazing products. But most important reason is the personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators. For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family. And for me, this is the most meaningful. I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
tea first, and then from there it'll be meetings, and they could be commercial meetings, they could be creative meetings, I could be supporting one of my team. I also manage a large team, so it could be one-to-ones with those. Every day is different.
Getting early on the morning to work, set up all my cameras, all my TV monitors, make sure the lights are on. After the last show, we'll need to make sure everything's switched off, ready for the next day. Then I get to go home, just watch some TV, watch some movies or something when I'm making some food, and then go to sleep.
When I'm working, it's quite busy because I have to get up really early to come into work if I'm going to be travelling from London. But otherwise, I'm quite lazy. I spend a lot of time in bed before I get up in the morning.
Welcome back to we're going to say the last 35 minutes of our Craft Along show, using the tiny treasures that our lovely Lily is creating. First things first, though, mystery solved, found the picture, so thank you, Michael, for sending this in. I'm just going to hold it there for our lovely Jamie to come in. Isn't that beautiful? It's an easel card as well.
Oh, that's absolutely stunning. Look at that.
Gorgeous. Look at the teals and the golds. I absolutely love that.
That's beautiful.
So that's what Stephanie made for Michael on their 18th wedding anniversary. And I hope that you're going to be celebrating in style. 18 years is a long time. And yeah, I think, well, it is, isn't it? 18
it's a
years,
long time. Yeah, I'd like to know as well. Do we know what sort of gemstone or what item it is?
That's
Anybody
a good
know?
thing.
Michael, do you know? Let us know.
I'm not sure.
Nicola's having a look for us.
I only know the first one is paper. Porcelain. Did you get something porcelain, Michael?
Yeah, some new crockery or something like that, maybe.
Did you treat yourselves? I mean, you could have treated yourselves to something nice. Going out for a nice meal. Oh, by the way, talking of nice meals.
Oh, yes.
And
How
the
was
only
it last
reason,
night?
the only reason is because Karen's messaged in. She says, "Hello, Lily, Debby, and all at CTV. Love the dress. Thank you. Hope the dinner went well with Ben and his wife. Loving this demo. Yes, it went absolutely fabulous. Will say I had to follow Nicola all the way because I didn't know how to get there. And I followed Nicola, got up there. I think Molly, I haven't seen Molly since she was a puppy. And I think she was a little bit wary. And normally I have that, I have a good effect on dogs. Yes, a little bit like that. But Molly was a bit wary. Let's just say by the end of the best friends. So it kept coming up for a cuddle and a kiss, and she puts her head underneath to give you a kiss. It's so sweet. But yeah, Ben's absolutely fine. He's loving his actually, he's turned into a stable boy. Laura's had him down at the stables doing all the lookouts of the horses and things and taking the... So he's having a lovely, relaxing time off, and he sends all his love, and he says he can't wait to come back and see us all on Monday. So yeah, he's having a lovely time. And Laura, to the real Mrs M, cooked the most beautiful meals. It was absolutely divine. Had a very nice time, so thank you very much. Right, that further said, that's the details of the tiny treasures. We're going to throw it back to our lovely Lily because she's got a lot more to get through for this craft along. We want to get it all completed, don't we, Lily?
We do, unlike somebody yesterday. I'm only teasing. She got most of it done.
I nearly got there.
To be fair, you did actually do all the crucial bits, so I'm only joking. Before anybody writes in and says Lily is absolutely cruel, I'm not really. I'm only joking.
I can take it.
Oh, Debbie, you can, absolutely. Right, back to the crafting. So we've got a selection of real scraps of cardstock. I mean, this really is a great one for your scrap busting, is our hot air balloon. So we're taking the die set, first of all, of it is our hot air balloon. We'll start off by creating this one first. So it's just a case of bringing out all these different components, deciding which colours of cardstock you want. So we'll go for the main part of the hot air balloon from our white. We'll go for that top piece from our white. We'll take the middle piece here. We'll go for some pink for that one. And then I've got some craft card, which I'll use for the base of our hot air balloon, that sort of wickery basket sort of idea. Then we've got that extra piece which forms the top bit, that sort of extra bit of detail onto your basket. We'll have that in some craft card. We'll take that bit from our pink card. I mean, you guys at home, of course, can mix and match and change up the colourways as you so choose. But this is the ones we'll go with for this one, I think. And we'll take our little bunting, which is a great standalone die. You don't just have to use that particular die with this collection or with this die set. You can use it with lots and lots of different other items in your crafty stash. And we'll grab some white card. We're just chopping this down to size so it will all fit through our machine quite nicely. And don't forget as well, all of these will go through your smaller machines, even right down to your mini. So if you're crafting on the go, if you've only got one of the smaller format machines, then you'll still be good to go with all these dies. I'm just using the larger A4 plates in my Gemini 2, just because that way I can pop plenty of these through all in one go and get plenty cut without having to pass it through multiple times. So we'll tape those two down. As always, make sure you do tape your dies down. Best to be safe rather than sorry. You don't want any of those dies crossing over. It has happened to all of us, I think, but definitely want to make sure you're preserving those dies by making sure they're not touching each other as they go through that machine. So just going to go ahead, take my low tack tape, best adhesive I've found for sticking your dies down. You can use things like washi tape or masking tape, but you don't really want to be using nice washi tapes for taping your dies down. It is a bit of a waste, so using your low tack tape is the one to go for. And then those final two little pieces of our hot air balloon can go onto the pink. And if anyone was watching yesterday or has watched any of our previous shows, when I've talked about having a bit of a mental block for a hot air balloon or a hot water bottle, I'm trying really hard to say hot air balloon, but it might just come out as hot water bottle. Who knows? Anything could happen. So we're just going to pop that through our Gemini 2. You can hear that reassuring sort of crackle as it crunches through the cardstock, separates the fibres of the card, which is what gives you the cut when we're talking about die cutting. And then that will be ready to take out the other side, and we'll just remove all of our pieces, all those die cuts from the die, making sure all these pieces of tape, of course, that is very much reusable. We can use that time and time again, pretty much until it loses its stick or it falls apart. So great for using lots and lots of different times. So that's our bunting. Then for our hot air balloon, we've got that main section there, just easing that out of the die. And then we've got that top little bit of detail. Love the fact that we've got some of that stitching detail as well, that faux stitching effect. It gives it a lovely finishing touch onto there. And we'll just peel back all of these pieces. And then it's just going to be a case of starting to build all these elements together, almost a little bit like paper piecing your designs. Really fun to start to construct these. I mean, at home you could be cutting these out already, then just giving them to the kids to stick together. You could perhaps be using some of your felts for some of the larger pieces. I mean, that main piece there will be absolutely fine from your felt. So you could even be doing a little bit of a plique with these, as long as you're using the right plate combination. So lots and lots of different options. And we'll grab that final piece there. That larger piece as well works great cut into some of your pattern paper if you want to showcase that lovely 6x6 pad as well. So that's all of our pieces popped out. We'll make sure we pop those back in the packet so we're not being blamed for any missing dies. Won't be me this time. We'll have to blame somebody else. So all of those back onto your sheet there, and then we can just pop that onto our packaging. And then we can start to do a little bit of inking, then we'll start to build together our hot air balloon. So move our plates out of the way and move our dies out of the way. So we've got a little bit more space here. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some of our water reactive ink pads. I've chosen my fuchsia. I've chosen the, well, I say I've chosen the midnight. It was meant to be the ocean blue. I couldn't find the ocean blue. So we're going to use the midnight, but we're going to have to be very, very delicate. Yes, again, always goes missing something in this studio, doesn't it? So we're using our midnight, but we're being very, very delicate and gentle because, of course, it is that darker blue, that darker shade up from your ocean blue. So we're going to be really careful. We're just tickling the edges of our hot air balloon, just giving it a little bit of shading to give a sense of form, a sense of shape, a sense of sort of roundness to our hot air balloon. So just a little light covering onto the edges of there, and then we'll do exactly the same with this top piece here. If you find it a little bit tricky with these smaller areas to use a larger, as I call it, sponge on a stick, you can also use your little finger daubers if that's a little bit easier when you are crafting. So a little bit of blue onto there, pretend it's ocean blue, nobody knew any different as long as I move that out of the way and nobody can see it. And then we'll bring in our next sponge, a clean sponge for our pink. So we're going on with our lovely bright fuchsia. Love this colour, have to be probably one of my favourite colours in the range. It's a lovely, really bright pink. So we'll go onto the edges of the next piece, and it's just a case of going on the edges. We're not sort of inking the whole piece. We've already got that lovely colour that's coming from our cardstock, so it just is a case of inking the edges to give that little bit of shading. And then we'll do exactly the same with this little bottom piece here, just to ink that and give it a little bit of shape. And then the final touch will be with the bunting. So we'll bring the bunting back in, and we'll bring in our orange water reactive ink pad. You could do a similar sort of thing using your opaque pigment ink pads. Of course, it'll give you a slightly different effect, but it will still work in terms of inking those edges. Or you could also get a similar sort of effect using your duet ink pads, just depending what you've got in your stash, what you've got the right colours of in terms of these ink pads. Just do whatever is going to work best for your project. So
Judith Harrison on YouTube has said she's just joined the programme late.
Hello.
She had a new baby girl born into the family yesterday.
Oh, how exciting.
And also yesterday afternoon, so she's looking for some inspiration for a new baby card. This could be the one for you, Judy.
I hope so. Oh, congratulations. That is fabulous news.
Absolutely,
How exciting.
congratulations.
Love it. So I've just got a little clean down of my mat. If anybody watched the wake up call yesterday, I had a little bit of an inky faux pas, shall we call it. And I'm determined to not have another inky faux pas today. So I'm cleaning my glass mat and giving it a little wipe down, just so that none of that ink is going to transfer onto my project. So we'll just start to stick our hot air balloon together. So it's just a case of paper piecing it together. While I'm doing this, Debbie, if you've got any comments or any questions, perfect opportunity to get them sent over here, unless we're all up to date.
Yeah, we haven't had any questions, so it must be everyone, I'm assuming, are just following along. We've had a few more good mornings, though, from Sheila. Now, apologies if I say this wrong, Sheila.
Oh, I hope.
Kokozaka on Facebook.
Wow.
I might have got that wrong, but she's saying good morning from a sunny, warm South Carolina.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, there's a song called that, isn't there? Is there Carolina? Something like that.
Isn't it in Bugsy Malone?
It's something. I think there is a song about South Carolina.
I think there is.
Could be wrong.
Somebody let us know.
Pauline Hassel on Facebook says, hello, Debbie, Lily, and all the crew from Cheshire.
Hello. Cheshire, darling.
Carol Garwood Beard on Facebook says, hi everyone, what
Hello.
a bright, pretty day in South Dakota, so good morning to you too. Rhonda's in the building, Crowley's Creations.
Hello.
She says, good morning, Debbie, Lily, Team Social crew, and all of my creative, crafty friends from Oak Park, Chicago.
Nice.
Getting used to all these places now. Then I'll be back on the other side.
So you've forgotten
and
them all.
I'll forget again when I come back over. So Karen Bernard on Facebook, she says she's listening today and taking peeks at the finished product, cutting memory bears for a friend's great-granddaughter, using papers for the cards and Papa's shirts for the bears. That's lovely. Keep those comments coming in. We are approaching the last, 25 minutes or so of this craft along, and I can see that balloon is coming on absolutely beautifully.
Doesn't it work nicely by having all those different components? It's really nice effect to have all those different layers, all those different colours of cardstock. And like I say, it's a brilliant scrap buster. So if you've got all those tiny little scraps of cardstock that we all hate throwing away, then this is a perfect opportunity to get all those out and get them created into something as pretty as this little hot air balloon. So we've got our bunting as well. We're just going to take a few moments. With it being tacky glue, it does take just a minute to grab and hold. So make sure that you're not sort of moving that before it is ready to stick. But you can see there, we've started to build our hot air balloon ready to be added to our card. So that's the first element of paper piecing, if you want to call it that. So next up, we're going to pop our lid on our glue just so that doesn't dry. We'll bring in our next element, which is going to be our rainbow. I absolutely adore this die. If you tuned into yesterday's wake-up call, you'll have seen me create a shaker with this one. Was it wake-up call I did that? Or was it the evening? One of the two.
Was it? I think it was the wake-up call. It was box. Was it the box?
Yes, the box.
Yeah,
was that wake-up
call? It was in the morning, the wake-up call.
Honestly, Debbie, I am losing track of time. It's quite scary. I woke up this morning, I had no idea what day it was. I was like, what is going on?
Guess what it is tomorrow?
It's Friday.
It's the last day of the month.
Of course it is. Saturday's March,
It's
isn't
payday.
it?
Whoop, whoop.
Finally. Gosh,
You always go from the longest month to the shortest month. So I always love February, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I like the short month. I like the short month following the longest month of the year. So for me, it's I love the end of that one. So, but I can't believe it's March on Saturday.
I know, scary, isn't it? Mind you, it does feel like spring might be in the air. Perhaps,
Spring is definitely
possibly.
in the air. We've got lots of fabulous things coming up soon.
We have. We have
indeed. March is going to be a good month.
It certainly is. Right, so all I've done in terms of the rainbow, this is the way that I find it easier to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row, if you like. So I've laid out my rainbow in order, and what we're going to do is we're going to alternate between our pink cardstock and between this lovely orange-yellow cardstock. So first one is going to our orange pile. So that means the next one down is going to go onto the pink pile. I mean, you guys might find this really easy to do, but this is the only way I can sort of get this right and make sure I cut the right colours from the right dies. So next one down is going to be orange. Next one is, of course, going to be pink. Then we go back to our orange. Oop. And then finally, the last one is going to go onto our pink. You do also get that tiny little love heart die. We're going to cut a few of those from our pink. We're going to cut 3 of those, actually, from our pink. So we'll type that down. Type that down? Doing some typing, apparently, in this show, Debbie. We'll tape it down, even. So we'll tape those 3 together, and then we'll pop a little piece of tape onto that little lovely love heart. And then again, we'll tape, not type, these 3 together, our other half of the rainbow, and then we can just run those both through our die cutting machine and we can start to build together our rainbow. This die is just so much fun, whether you're using the positives, as we call it, as we are going to do here, or whether you're using the negative to create an aperture, to create a frame, to do a bit of shaker cards, or just have a lovely frame into your card or box. This is such a fabulous die set, and don't just think you babies with this one. This could be literally all year round. It could be just a happy card, maybe it's just a card I'm thinking of you, I wanted to send you a ray of sunshine, anything like that, it's going to work an absolute treat.
Blue Jay on YouTube says, I'm going to be making scrapbooking pages with the Tiny Treasures collection.
Oh,
love that idea.
Great idea.
And then lastly, a name I haven't seen for a while, and crafted by Gaz. Lovely to see you guys.
Hello guys.
Good afternoon, Debbie and Lily, all the CTV crew and all of my crafty friends. And I do have a question.
Go on, Gaz.
From our lovely Stephanie Theodos on Facebook.
Go up.
What shade of blue ink would you recommend for the clouds in this collection?
Ocean blue.
There you go.
Definitely ocean blue. You're going to be quite light. You don't want to go
The
in
one
heavy.
we need to find.
Yeah, yes. Who's stolen an ocean blue? It's like a great mystery. I wonder if it's Ben. I wonder if he's taken the ocean blue to craft with on his week off. Who knows? Let's blame him anyway. Debbie doesn't see him tonight, so we'll be safe. She doesn't have to feel the wrath of going to his house after we've bad-mouthed him all day. I say we. It's mainly been me, to be fair, so I won't bring Debbie into it.
Thank you very
Mainly
much.
me.
I'd like
Sorry,
to stay
Ben.
married to him if you don't mind. Thank you.
Poor old Laura.
Oh, no,
Poor old
no.
Laura.
He's fine. You know, I think he said he's not really been watching much. He's just tuned in now and again. He just likes to have a little nosy. So if you are watching, Ben,
hello.
Big love to you, and we'll see you all soon.
We will. We'll see you on Monday.
Yes,
hopefully.
I'm back with him. I told him the good news that he'd got me.
Oh, she's back on Monday.
Yeah, I'm back up Monday, yeah,
Yes.
covering, because it's a birthday event down at Hobby Maker next week, so our lovely Craig's going down there for one of the days, I think.
For Monday?
Yes.
Monday only, yeah.
So I'll be up here on Monday, and then...
I'm here on Tuesday.
Yeah, and then I think Craig's back Wednesday.
Yeah, Craig and the fish are back on Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, and then...
I can't even think who was in on Friday. It's you.
It's not me.
It's Craig. Still
Yeah,
Craig.
it's not me.
I tell a lie, it's Craig. Yeah.
And we can't say no more than that.
Yes. I mean, I've been doing a lot on the calendar this morning, so I can pretty much memorise exactly what's coming up next week. Not that I've even tried to, but yeah, lots coming up next week. New goodies as well, as we gave you a little sneak peek of last night, actually, which is rather quite exciting. Right, before I say any more, which I probably shouldn't say, I'll carry on with creating this rainbow, because you know what I'm like, I did let something slip last night that I probably shouldn't have done about when something was launching, so I'll have to be a little bit careful. Poor old Nicola was about to say, don't say when it's launching. I'd already said it. Naughty Lily, slap on the wrist. Let's hope it doesn't change is all I'm going to say. Otherwise, it's going to be my fault, isn't it? Always my fault. Oh, well. Right, let's go ahead and pop all of our pieces out for our rainbow. And as long as I've calculated my colour spacing correctly, it should all look all right when we start to stick it together. So this lovely little one with all your little drop-out pieces and those tiny little bits that drop out the die, nothing stopping you from actually using those as confetti or in your shakers. Oh, that would have been nice, actually, when I did that shaker yesterday. I probably should have used some of those confetti in there. Oh, dear. Oh, well. Too late now, eh? No point crying over spilt milk. That's a good old expression, isn't it?
There's an old saying, yeah.
Oh,
did you hear Jamie then?
I
Again,
did. I feel
trying
old.
to make us feel old.
I know. He is trying to make us feel old.
Yes, Jamie.
Yes, Jamie, it
Crying
is.
over spilt milk is definitely a saying.
It means don't cry over something that's sort of been and done and there's nothing you can do about it. Don't cry over spilt milk. I can't believe you've not heard that. Well, don't worry, Jamie, the deed has been done. You've already made me feel old, even though I'm not much older than you.
Wait a minute, you're not much older, Lily. You're in your 20s. How old are you, Lily? 20?
25.
There you go.
I know, and he's made me feel old. Oh dear, well that's not exactly what I wanted on a Thursday afternoon, to feel old, but here we are anyway. Let's carry on with the crafting before I feel even more sad about apparently being an old fogey. Right, for our rainbow, what we're going to do is we want the first element, that top part of the rainbow, to actually form part of our stopper for our card. So we're going to stick that one down with foam pads. I've actually just cut these in half lengthwise so they can just fit onto the arc here. Then the rest we can stick flax. It's only that first one that's going to form the stopper for our easel card. So pop some of our foam pads onto there. I always find it personally a lot easier to pick up the foam pads using a pokey tool, but you might want to use your fingers, of course, or your tweezers would be a good option too. But we'll just peel off the backing of there, and that's going to form that first half of our stopper for the card. So we'll just line that acetate up to decide roughly sort of how how well stood up we want that easel card, or whether we want it a little bit further down. That choice is entirely yours. We'll just pop that onto that bottom right hand side, and then we can start to build together the rest of our rainbow. So the rest is going to be stuck, like I say, using our tacky glue. So we'll just grab our tacky glue and we'll just go around the edge there, just taking time to make sure you've got enough glue on there. You don't need to completely cover it in glue, but just enough that's going to hold it into position. And as always, I'll try not to be too over hasty, have a habit of letting go of it too soon, and it tends to not stick. So just give it a moment to grab, and then once we're happy that that's stuck into position, we'll take the next piece down, which is once again back to that yellowy colour, and just pop a little bit of our adhesive just between the love hearts. Should be enough glue onto there, and then we'll just pop that down, making sure I've got about a nice sort of even space in between each part of the rainbow. Make sure it's lining up along that bottom edge as well. Then, oh, not quite, there we go, hold that a little bit longer to make sure it's nicely stuck down. Want it to fly away, did that rainbow. There we go, let's go back to our pink again. And it's just a case of building up your rainbow, nice and easy to do, but we'll just carry on sticking all these down.
I've just had a message from the lovely Sheena.
Sheena!
Yeah, back in the building tomorrow.
Oh,
really
we can't
looking
wait.
forward to it. She's really excited. She says she can't wait to get back and see us all. So I think it's going to be another corker of a day tomorrow. So yeah, that's. I mean, it's been a fantastic week so far, and I think tomorrow is just like the icing on the cake, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous to see you.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm gutted that I'm not on air with you guys tomorrow, but of course I am in the building, as always. When am I not in the building? So it'd be great to see Sheena as well. I cannot wait for you guys to see the launch.
Lovely compliment as well from Stephen for you, Lily.
Oh, go on.
He says you look younger than 25, you look 21.
Oh, I'm
He's a
not
little
sure about that. Don't look too
sweetheart.
close up, Stephen, but thank you. That is ever so sweet. That's really, really kind. I feel a bit haggard, but
I don't know how you dare say it in front of me. I'm like, more than double your age. I'm like, what? You're a spring chicken, missus, a spring chicken. Oh, and Crafted by Gaz, his message back in, he said he can't wait for tomorrow. Sheena launches coming just in time for his birthday.
Happy birthday,
when's your birthday, Gaz?
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know, because I mean, me and Lily are, you know, we're getting the sing-song, won't we? We'll do a little bit of a sing-song for you.
Voice of Angels, us two, aren't we, Debbie?
Absolutely.
Something like that, anyway. What were we singing yesterday? We were singing
We
something.
sang Happy Birthday to someone, didn't we, the other day?
Yeah, we did. I thought we did. Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah, that was terrible.
I can't remember.
Me,
I've slept since then.
Well,
I think it might
I
have
know.
been Monday or Tuesday that we did that.
I know, exactly. It feels like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Oh, it's on Sunday.
Oh, Gaz.
I tell you what, Gaz, tomorrow I'll ask Sheena if she's up for a sing-song.
Yeah. Sheena will be.
Sheena's always up for a sing-song, I'm not going to lie.
She will be, absolutely. Oh, that will be fun. I'll have to try and watch tomorrow, even though I'll only be next door, but I'll have to try and watch you guys, because I'm very excited to see Sheena back. It will be a fun day. And then Friday Night Live as well.
Oh, I'm dreading that. I'm not going to lie. I've got a few jokes, though. Jane's kindly sent me some jokes.
She has.
I might have a little conflab with Sheena tomorrow, see if she's got any.
Oh, Sheena will. She'll have some good jokes, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And we've got games as well.
I can't remember. I'm sure I know what the game is. I'm sure I've been told, but I can't remember. So it's a mystery.
Who do I need to ask to find out?
Sam's not in. Apparently Nicola knows. Oh, yes.
February trivia. You've got to be kidding me. Did I win January trivia?
You did.
Oh. I won't pull any faces. I won't pull any faces. I keep telling you, I want like a pop quiz. Or something.
Boy bands, 90s boy bands.
90s boy bands, because yes, it's true. 5 are back.
They're back.
Yay! So, and they're touring, but not touring in Sheffield. So I'm going to have to travel up all the way up the road, back 20 minutes, to Leeds. So I'm November the 8th, I think it is, but I've got in that pre-sale. I've got in the pre-sale. So Lily, if you see an holiday coming for November 8th,
I'll know why.
Yeah.
I'll know why. Quite often when Debbie's holiday's coming in, it's like a day. I'll be like,
it?
You
She
are
always
you
knows
off
it's a
somewhere.
gig.
Yeah, always the same. Who you have to see now?
It's either a gig or one at grandkids' birthdays.
Yes, that is true. That is very true. Absolutely. Right, we're just going ahead and doing a little bit of die cutting. I can't believe how quickly this show is flying by. It's another of those, Debbie. Oh, it'll be a quick project. Oh, I'll have it done in 5. Well, not 5 minutes. That's a gross exaggeration, shall we say.
We've still got loads of time.
Yeah, we'll
about
be
12
fine.
minutes, 11 minutes?
Yeah, we should be all right. Well, Nicola was saying, if Jamie were to say to Debbie she's only got 12 minutes, she'd be like, what? Whereas when she's not crafting, oh, it's fat, oh, that's loads of time, you've got tons of time, take your time. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, so let's get back to the crafting before I cause any more mischief than we already have. Right, inking, let's bring back in our ink pads. I think just for time, I'm going to mix this up a little bit. I'm not going to pop the face onto the sun. We did have the cute little smiley face onto there, but this time around I think we'll go a faceless sun, because of course you don't always have to use the face stamps if you don't want to. But we'll start off with our ocean blue ink pad. Don't look at that. Definitely ocean blue. Take the lid off, then no one knows. A little bit of our ocean blue onto, oh, that's a pink sponge, don't want a pink cloud. Dear, oh dear, right, there we go, that's better. We have got our little bit of blue just to bring those clouds to life a little bit more, stop them looking quite so stark white. We'll just go around the edges, and that highlights that lovely faux stitching detail as well, which starts to add that lovely little finishing touch onto there. So 3 clouds with die cut. You do actually get a pair of clouds within the die set, so nice to have 2 slightly different clouds that you can be using. So that's our blue onto there. Then we'll just switch out to our orange ink pad. Make sure I switch my sponge this time. I don't want a blue little sun. That wouldn't look too right, would it? So we'll just go in with a little bit of our orange just onto the ends of the sun here. Don't need to go really heavy-handed with this, just a nice little touch onto the rays of the sun, and that will start to bring that to life. And do similar sort of thing on that circle. Just go around the very edges, just tickling those edges of our die cut circle, and then that's all of our inking we need to do for the whole card. So ink pads and blending sponges can be moved away to one side. Now I'm going to take a foam pad to put on the back of this circle. So one of our foam pads will go onto there just to raise that up into the centre of the circle there. So just pop that into the middle, lining it up so it's nice and central. And then we've got our 3 clouds as well. You can shape those a little bit as well, and add an extra bit of dimension if you so choose. And then when it comes to sticking this onto our card base, we're just going to take our tape pen. Tape pen's going to be great for your acetate or your red liner as well. Can use your tacky glue, but don't forget you will need to leave that just a little while for that glue to grab. It can take a little bit longer on acetate, just with it being it's kind of like a coated or non-porous surface. Then we're going to take our tape pen onto our clouds. Now quite often I'd be sticking stuff down with foam pads, but because it's already going over a floating element, you don't really need that dimension from your foam pads. Your flat glue will still work a treat and give you that lovely floating effect without using your 3D adhesives. And then finally that cloud, we quite often work in 3s or odd numbers, tends to work quite nicely. So we'll pop that down there. I've just realised I've nearly done my trick again of getting ink everywhere. So before I get ink everywhere, once again, I'll just grab myself a wipe and quickly give this a wipe up. I was mortified after me inky mess yesterday, so I'm determined it will never happen again. It will probably end up happening next week after being so confident there. But give that a wipe. It's now a little bit damp, so we'll just dry that down just using some kitchen towel, and then we'll make sure we don't get any mucky messes, hopefully, onto the back of our card. So that's the main part of our card done. We've got almost like half a stopper on there. We need to complete that stopper by bringing in a little sentiment. So we'll grab our stamp set, which I've not got out, so I'll just grab that here, our bundle of joy. Lovely stamp set, this one, not just your sentiments, you've got a few little icons in there as well. And we'll take our, do you know what, Debbie, we were promising we were going to give that a wash between shows, and both of us clearly forgot, didn't we? Oh dear. So we've got our mucky little stamping platform. We'll see how we get on. We may very well need to bring in a little bit of our dotty tape pen on the back of there. We'll see whether it moves or not. We'll soon find out, won't we? So we pop our super cute into the centre of there. Lots and lots of sentiments to choose from this set, but we'll go with the super cute, same as our card. And we've just got a little scrap of white cardstock there. Then we got asked yesterday actually about what we tend to stamp with when it comes to our sentiments, and for me it's either the alcohol proof, which is what I'm using here, or my waterproof ink pad. So we're going in with the black. Blimey me, it sounds like somebody's knocking on the door, doesn't it? I'm like, Sheena's bad for that, making an absolute racket when she inks up a stamp.
Oh, I bet. Do I need to bring the ear defenders in then tomorrow?
You do, you absolutely do, yeah. She's a very noisy inker. But there we go, give that a little other ink just to make sure we've got a really nice crisp stamped image. And we'll just position that over the top and re-stamp over the top. And that's the beauty of having a stamping platform like this. You've got that ability to go over the top. If you've missed a little bit, or if it's just not as deep, dark black as you want it to be, then by all means go ahead and just re-stamp over the top of there. It'll give you that perfect stamped impression. So pop our stamp back onto there. And then all we need to do, we're nearly finished the card. Oh, after panicking for a little bit, Debbie, I think we'll be all right now.
Absolutely, perfect timing, Lily, perfect timing.
So we'll bring in our cardstock. So we've got some of our pink cardstock here, and all we'll do is we shall just take our tape pen and we'll just stick our piece of sentiment here onto our pink cardstock. I love this shade of pink. It's a lovely, really soft, almost salmony sort of pink. So we'll pop that onto there, and then we'll just trim this down afterwards. I find it a little bit easier, especially with something so small as a sentiment like this. I find it quite easy to actually trim it down afterwards rather than trim it down first and then stick it down. So I'm just popping a slight border on that, about 1/8 of an inch as per usual with my mats and layers. And then I'm just going to make sure that's nice and even, and then just cut that down. There we go. There we've got our sentiment all good to go, ready to be stuck onto our card. And as always, when it comes to a stopper, or as Debbie calls them, a flopper stopper on our cards, you need to make sure you've got a 3D adhesive on the back. So your foam tape or foam pads are the ones to go for, and that's just going to stop your card from actually falling down. So let's just take, oop, it's jumping around, it's alive there, blimey me. Let's take the backing off that, just line that up, making sure it's nice and even and level with where we've got our little rainbow stopper on the right hand side. And then we'll just pop that onto that left hand side of the card. Something like that, I think. And then I did not forget, don't worry, we die cut those 3 little little love hearts. And I even remembered, I forgot it the other day, I even remembered my sticky picky uppy tool. So I've had it on my desk all day. I've been doing boards, which requires using this tool, shall we say. So we're going to use that.
So excited. I let it out this morning because I was with Leanne and we were talking about the touch of sparkle.
Oh, well, that's what it was. If Debbie said it, then I'll say it.
The new ones, Lily, though, the new ones.
I know.
I'm so excited about that one.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So I've had to do 3 sets of boards. So I've had to do the alphabet, the gems on each letter of the alphabet 3 times over. So, yeah, I'd like to say I'm quite experienced with that alphabet now. I've got the one just to finish off after this show, but yeah, they are absolutely stunning. And the new gems and new pearls, you know what me and Debbie are like? We were delighted to have new colours of our gems and pearls. We do like a bit of bling, don't we?
Oh, adore a bit of bling.
We absolutely do. Right, and that is our finishing touch. The only thing we've not done on this one, that we've done ever so slightly different, is we've not popped our face on the sun, but of course, you guys can do that at home if you want to or if you don't want to, and we've changed up those pattern papers. But I think it still works equally well. So we'll have a little look at that when it's stood up. You can see it stands up just like so, but it's going to still fall down flat
but
for posting.
They look like they're floating in the sky.
They do. There you go, it's actually flying. Beautiful. It was like you, Debbie, up in the hot air balloon.
That's me, definitely.
It's you,
see me waving.
Hello.
Absolutely beautiful project. I did say it were a gorgeous one. Cindy, who's been crafting along with you, Lily, on YouTube, she said she's so in love with this card, nearly got this one done. Now just need to make some in a smaller size for easier mailing. Thank you, Lily. She said she loves it.
Oh, Cindy, please. I hope you're on Facebook, Cindy. If you are, please post you make and tag me and Debbie, because I cannot wait to see what you've created.
And Carol Garwood Beard on Facebook said she loves watching Lily craft. She's so neat and puts everything right away. That's what she starts to need, learning that trait, she said, about putting things away, just keeping on top of things.
I do try. It's one of those things that it drives me mad. It's like if I have a cup of tea or whatever in my craft room, I have to take the mug down as soon as I finish my cup of tea. I can't have clutter everywhere. It's not. See, I'm looking at it around now.
It's a good trait to have. I will tell you, Lily, it's a good trait to have.
It is.
Because it can get a bit overwhelming when you just start leaving things out, and then before you know it, that space that you had has become a space that's like literally enclosed by all your crafty goodies.
Absolutely.
Lots of lovely comments coming in about how lovely the card is. Still some more people coming in saying hello. Stephen, I've also got Ben's dad joke book. He left it me. Left it for me just to have a little look and a peruse around there. And good afternoon, Carol. I know you're a bit late, lovely, but it doesn't matter because you can catch up and watch this at any point. This has been the Tiny Treasures craft along. The price that you're seeing on the screen is for all of the items that Lily has used and more. And don't forget today, because it is the special legendary Leanne Day, as we like to call it here at Crafters TV today. If you use this code that you see at the bottom of me here right now, Leanne 10, pop that into your promo box. You know, at the end of checkout, and there's a little discount port or the gift card one. Pop that one onto there. Oh, has he worked it out for me? Right, get this. Leanne 10, pop that in. If you're platinum, £42.40. What was that? 42 pence. £42.42. $56.56 for the entire collection. Lowest
Wow.
ever price, we can actually officially say now, because we held the launch price. But today we've got that code. You can see the code there, celebrating, of course, the lovely Leanne, who will be back at 5 p.m. later on for the round 2 of our cartload. But first things first, we will say not only goodbye to everybody who's been watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, thanks to Jan, thanks to the team, but a big massive thank you to our lovely Lily for her gorgeous craft along.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you so much, everyone watching at home. I've had a fabulous week, and I'll be back Tuesday at 5 o'clock UK time.
There you go. So, thank you to everybody. The day's not over, so please don't go anywhere. All I'll say is in this next couple of hours, go and have a little look at everything on the website, but join us back. Oh, news just in. Time limited deals coming up at 5 p.m. Make sure you tune in and see us later. Jamie's counting me down, so we'll see you all later. I'll be back on the other side, back with Leanne. Bye!